Hey, Ryan,
What's up?
what did you think
About
of the
movie?
film we saw tonight?
I'm done.
Hey guys, the Black Critic Guy here as promised with the sexy Ryan to review the film.
Sada. I just don't want to say that.
As I was saying, we're here today to review the film
Zootopia.
Zootopia. So Zootopia basically follows this one rabbit by the name of Judy Hopps who has dreams of working as a cop in Zootopia. But everyone keeps shooting her down, but she proves them all wrong and becomes a cop working at Zootopia that nobody really takes seriously. And so she's just like walking the beat, handing out citations and parking tickets when she bumps into Nick Wilde, this con artist fox who kind of dupes her one day, and she's like, I'm gonna get you. And then she discovers, or she actually volunteers to help find this missing otter. And then she teams up with the fox because apparently the fox kind of met the otter before, and the two of them go on this adventure to find the missing otter as well as the rest of the missing animals in Zootopia and uncover something really menacing. Now I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was really looking forward to seeing Zootopia. What about you, Ryan?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the trailers just looked so interesting and so inviting, and the marketing for the film was actually top-notch. Not on the same level as Deadpool, mind you, but I think after the amazing marketing of Deadpool, like, all the studios got together and they were like, damn, we need to really level it up when it comes to our marketing. And I think Zootopia was, you know, they were able to step up to the plate. Not as good again, but they did a serviceable job. And a little fun fact that I just realized after leaving the movie was that it's from the same team that made Wreck-It Ralph, which makes a whole lot of sense considering the style and humor of the movie. It felt just like Wreck-It Ralph in a sense. And so finally, Ryan and I both saw Zootopia, and what did we think?
It was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic. It's a solid Disney animated film, and my eyes were glued on the screen the entire time. I could not take them away from the film. That's how invested and sucked into the world of Zootopia I was. Did you have the same feeling, or were you just like, meh? I enjoyed it. It was nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, I wasn't so into it like this guy.
Oh my god, it's amazing. Show me more, show me more. You weren't like that, basically.
No, I was just like this.
So, Ryan, do tell, what were some of the things that you really liked about Zootopia?
Well, Tony, Mr. Black Critic Guy.
Mr. Sadude?
What I liked about the movie is that it was
Great.
very
Great.
funny
And great.
and
Great.
it
was great.
was
Great.
awesome.
I'm gonna kill you! Sorry about that, guys. I just needed a moment because he was going way too slow. But anyway, Ryan, what else did you like about the film?
Well, Mr. Black Critic Guy.
So, dude.
It really hit you right in the feels.
Right here in the heart?
It did.
I have to agree with Ryan. Like, going into the film, I thought it was just going to be like a straightforward comedy. And, you know, they might have some small moments, but nothing really deep. But there was a moment in this film, halfway through it, where a character actually shares a very intimate and personal story that shines a lot of light on the character and why the character behaves the way they behave. And it actually was very well done and emotional. To think, it really got me going for a second. I'm like, wow. It made the character three-dimensional. It wasn't just the standard kind of funny type character. The character became fully realized at that moment and goes through some sort of development, which is interesting. I like that they gave that to this character. But not only that, even though it does have its sentimental moments, this movie is funny as hell. Like, this is probably one of the funniest Disney Animation Studios film I've ever seen. Like, I was laughing from beginning to end. I don't know about you, Ryan. How about you? What did you think of the comedy?
Yeah, I was laughing.
What was your favorite style of joke in the film? Because it ranged from everything. You got the visual gags, you got the dialogue humor, and then you got the many references. They make a crap ton of references in this film. And it makes a lot of sense considering that the director and some of the writers for the film worked on The Simpsons. I mean, they are known for their references and visual gags. But like, which one stood out the most to you?
I like the references, Tony.
The references?
Yeah.
So Ryan, we've already addressed the humor in the film, which is excellently done. But one of the things that made the humor work so well were the characters and their interactions. I gotta say, I enjoyed every single character in this film. They all were really likable, some were very relatable, and just overall entertaining. They were a blast to watch. There were some really interesting pairings in this film. I mean, not only do you have Judy pairing up with Nick Wilde, you got the rabbit and the fox teaming up, but also the mayor of Zootopia is a lion, and his assistant mayor is a sheep. I was just laughing to myself, like, oh, that's kind of hilarious. What did you think of the characters in this film?
Well, I do agree with you. I do love all the characters.
They're very entertaining,
Yes.
right?
Yes, yeah.
What did you think of the chemistry between Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde? Did you think that they worked well as a team?
As a team, yes.
They were dynamic. They played off each other really well, and I like how their relationship starts off. You know, it's kind of like that very confrontational relationship, but then they slowly grow to respect each other. They act closer, and they become one dynamic team. Like, I'm not even kidding. They worked very well with each other, and the voice actors for the characters, Jennifer Goodwin, who voiced Judy Hopps, and Jason Bateman, my man, Jason Bateman, voicing Nick Wilde. He was perfectly chosen. Like, if there was anybody to play a very sly fox, it's Jason Bateman. They did stellarly with their voice acting. In fact, all of the voice actors and actresses did a really good job. What did you think of the voice acting?
The voice acting was good, actually.
Was there any like standout performances in your opinion? Like, that person who voiced that character was really interesting.
No, actually, no.
Actually, I think I know who your favorite voice actor was.
Which one?
Shakira, Shakira.
How'd you know?
They talk like that. You make him. Can I just say, it's just so bizarre. Like, of all the pop singers, they chose Shakira. I mean, I don't hate Shakira, but like, why Shakira? Like, why her? Was she like the cheapest pop star they could afford? Like, oh man, we can't buy Beyonce, we can't buy Rihanna. Shit, who do we pick? Oh, Shakira's not doing anything. Get her on the phone.
Might as well.
And then her agent is like, well, if Shakira's gonna be in Zootopia, she better be a graceful gazelle. They're beautiful. They're lovely. That's exactly what Shakira needs to be. Make it happen. Now, Ryan, let's talk story. What did you think of the story of Zootopia?
To be honest, it didn't really caught my attention.
It's pretty standard for Disney fare. In fact, I mentioned how the people who made Zootopia are the same ones that did Wreck-It Ralph, right? They actually followed almost verbatim the same story structure as Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, if you think about it, it's a bunch of different animals, just like a bunch of different video game characters all in one place, one hub, and then you got two characters who are pretty much opposite but very confrontational at first, and then they kind of like have a falling out, but then they come back together and then they beat the bad guys. It's pretty much the same structure, but the execution is handled very well, even though it is very cliche and, you know, we've seen it before. The execution is what counts. And again, I was fully invested in the story. But the major prop that I could give Zootopia's story over its predecessor, Wreck-It Ralph, is that there was a really deep underlining message dealing with social structure and stereotyping. I mean, that is a huge vocal point in the movie. I mean, these characters, these animals, they have like all of these set stereotypes, like, oh, bunnies can't be cops, or freaking foxes are always thieves, like, right?
Yeah.
And also, there's a whole scene in the last third that really focuses heavily on the social structure of Zootopia, which I thought was a very interesting and clever spin, as it does tie back into what is happening now in the world. I thought that was a really good social commentary, which is very, very rare to see in a Disney movie. I mean, to see a Disney movie that is so socially aware, I mean, wow, that props there, writers, props there. And lastly, Ryan, the animation. Tell me you didn't love the animation in this film.
I didn't love the animation, Tony.
Oh, my heart! Ah. Overall, what would you think of like the animation? Would you think that it's better than the last few Disney films, or just at the same level, or worse than the last few Disney films?
Well, it is better. A little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what really made it stand out too was the attention to detail.
Yes.
Just like the way that the animals move, the way that they animated some of these animals. I mean, it felt like very realistic animal movements. Like one of the tics that Judy Hopps has is that sometimes when she's talking to a character, her nose would wiggle just like a rabbit's would sometimes. And I thought that was a really, really interesting small detail. It's a really small detail, but it's so well done. Even some of the things that Nick Wilde does is very like of a fox, very cunning and very devious. And I'm like, even the way that he moves is very like sly and smooth and very sneaky like. It's the great attention to detail that makes this animation some of the best Disney has put out. Now, as much as Dude and I really enjoyed this film, we did have some minor issues with it, just minor issues. Like, what were some of the issues that you had with the film?
Well, Tony, I just didn't like Giselle at all.
What? What are you talking about? She's the most important character. You can't have the movie Zootopia without Giselle. I mean, come on. She's a huge part of the story, Ryan. Come on. Not really. Like, completely superfluous. I get what she was supposed to represent. She's the celebrity of this world. But at least make her, like, serve a purpose. More than just being the eye candy celebrity of this world. Make her actually be relevant to the story. If you took Giselle out of the story, nothing about the story would change whatsoever. And as I kind of made mention to earlier, the story is very bad the numbers. It's typical Disney fare. I mean, it follows almost every single beat. And there is a twist in the story that I did kind of call, but I only called it halfway through the film. It's a little obvious, but I was like, okay, I'll give it a pass because it did take me a little while, but once I called it, I was like, man, why did I call that? And there were just some small issues here and there dealing with some characters. Like, you didn't like Giselle. I didn't like the guy that worked at the front of the police station. I think he was a leopard. Like a fat leopard.
Yeah.
I didn't like him. He was a really forced character that wasn't all that funny. And just kind of like Giselle, very superfluous to the plot. If you took that character out, wouldn't make much of a difference, honestly. Oh, another, like, this is more or less a nitpick, but this world is so expansive. I was heartbroken that we weren't able to see all of Zootopia. Now, we saw most of it. We saw Tundraland, and we saw like the rainforest and then the major city. But there were other sections of Zootopia that were never explored or seen in the film, which broke my heart because I was like, it would have been nice to see all that. And just little small details like, okay, there's a world of mammals, but where are the amphibians? Where are the reptiles? Are there birds in this world? Like, I would love to see a sequel and them addressing all of these and stuff. But overall, though, I think me and Brian and I can both agree that this was an excellently done Disney animated feature. And out of 5 stars, Ryan, what would you give this film?
3.5.
3.5?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I guess, that is your grade. But for me personally, I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think that it is one hell of a film. And if you're a fan of Disney animation, go see the film. It's excellent. It's great for kids. It's great for adults. Bring the entire family. Bring your dude with you. It's just a great time. But anyway, what did you guys think of this film?
Did you like it? Did you hate it? And what is your favorite Disney animated film?
comment below and let us know. And stay tuned, I got some more movie reviews coming your way, some anime reviews coming your way, and if you would like to support the Black Critic Guy channel just a little bit more, there's a link in the description that will send you straight to my Patreon page. But as always, I want to thank my buddy Ryan for joining me in this excellent review, and hopefully you'll be able to see his lovely face again in a future review, maybe Batman v Superman, wink wink wink. But until then guys, if you would like to see more videos on this channel and be a part of the Black Critic crew, please hit that subscribe button below, like this video if you really enjoyed it, and I'm Tony Watt II, the cop of Zootopia, known simply as the Black Critic Guy. Till then, peace YouTube!